Hello guys, welcome again to my YouTube channel. We are still on the series of getting to know me more, especially during my birth month. And in our previous videos, I've shared a little bit more about me, so you can go back and watch all of them. Um, Before this video, the previous video, I spoke about the miracle that happened, that my boss said that she hadn't found anybody to replace me, and so I wasn't going to be out of the organization. I was given another 1 year contract to work with them. If you are new on this channel, my name is Jemima. I'm a confidence coach and a public speaker. I am sharing a lot about me so that you get to know me, the things that have shaped me. Because whoever you see, there's a story behind it. There are some challenges that they faced, and there are certain things that they've experienced that have made them who they are. And I think it's just nice for us to get to know each other, isn't it? If you are relating with any of the stories, let me know in the comment section. I would love to give you all of you a hug because my brain. Anyway, so we are talking about my journey. So in my previous video, I ended at the national service period. So then I got a new contract to work with the organization, being paid accommodation, given a scholarship to do my master's degree. I went to Gempa. I studied development management, and I specialized in monitoring and evaluation. And I got my master's degree at the age of 25. Yeah, it was year 2020. I finished on 31st May 2020. It was during COVID period. Data collection was ghetto. It was difficult because the plan was for me to go to schools. Pay attention. The plan was for me to go to schools, and I was studying the impact of infrastructure, comparing private school and public school and its impact on the academic performance of the students. We are looking at development management, things that we have to pay attention to when it comes to development. So I was studying school infrastructure. There's a notion, right? There's a notion that private schools perform better than public schools. So we had to, of course, there are people that claim that private schools don't have competent teachers, but public schools have competent teachers. Private schools have their approved syllabus. Public schools just go with the flow, some of them. And so why is it that even though public schools seem to be well structured, they perform poorly compared to public schools? So we were studying all those things. So that was my study. And I was supposed to go to schools. I was supposed to go to primary schools, to junior high schools, in public and private schools. Then in March, right? In March, COVID was announced, borders shut, schools closed. So where am I going to? Because the schools are closed. Who am I going to interview? They are home. How is this going to be done? This was the biggest challenge I had faced. At the point I was like, maybe I should stop or I should go for extension because I didn't know what I was going to do. It was a difficult period. I spoke to a couple of people, and then I spoke to my supervisor, and then we came up with a different strategy to be able to still collect the data. Luckily for me, the time I was collecting the data, even though schools were not functioning, there are some schools that were organizing classified classes for the students because they were supposed to also be preparing to write BC. And so there were schools that were coming in batches. Like there was some sort of arrangement. Yeah. So I was so lucky that I capitalized on that. And we re-strategized in terms of my sample size and all those things. Yeah. But it was a challenge because COVID had hit. You cannot go home. And luckily for me, as soon as I saw the problem that was coming, I discussed with my supervisor, we found a new strategy. I was so diligent that I was able to collect my data as soon as possible. And so after a period, now there was like a serious imposition on the schools not even organize those classes again. Nothing. There's no point. The face masks, the what's the name, sanitizers weren't really necessary now. Everybody should stay at home. That was like I was saved because I don't know what I would have done. I might have started. I would have been advised to start everything all over because the people that I was collecting the data from were not available. And now we took the data and now the analysis had to come in. I had to analyze it out. I had to learn again because I'd used the platform SPSS, but it's been a while. You know, these things, if you don't practice it, use it often, you can lose the skills. So now I had to learn it again. But it was easy to learn because I had a fair idea of the interface. So I got people in my life who helped me. So I want to analyze this issue. They will tell me, go here, go here, go here, analyze, you get a structure. Sometimes I'll do the analysis and I'll show it to them. Is it making sense? Am I using the representations better? They give me feedback. So I had those people also by my side, aside my supervisor, and it helped me. So I'm also saying that your community, the people you have around you, your friendships, be very intentional with them. Your network is definitely your net worth, right? And so those people really helped me during that period. Yeah, difficult periods, but we found our way through. And so I can sometimes say that because I faced difficult periods and I was able to maneuver my way, I don't think I'm going to face any difficult period that I won't be able to maneuver my way. Again, I'm saying your experiences are for lessons. They are not to break you or spoil you. Cry all you can cry, get over it and move on. Okay? Yeah. Then I luckily there was a point where I wasn't getting through to my supervisor a lot. I was getting anxious and no, but he came through for me. I remember sometimes at dawn he would call me. Jemima, I'm just looking at your document, and I'll have to run. I'll get up from bed and I'll run to my PC before they will have the discussion. It wasn't easy, but anytime he was ready to speak, I had to also be ready all the time. And so he came through for me last minute. Like he helped me and I met the deadline, I submitted it. Oh, I'm so grateful to you though. Now, Professor Adam, if you get opportunity to watch this video, I appreciate you so much. Yes. And so he helped me at the time. I was a great person. I was a nice person. So, and I think anytime he gave me, go and do this, go and do that, I was giving him response and feedback because I think at a point, sometimes he used to tell me about other people, like he used to complain about people's diligence and seriousness. And so I think he found me as a serious human being to be able to support. Yeah. Tickets. Yeah. Then I finished school. And I started asking myself questions. What am I doing with my life? Am I still gonna do this job? Now the job, I had finished the graduate internship in my first year. My master's was 2 years. I finished my graduate internship in the first year. So the second year, I was still working with my boss. She took me on again to continue to work with him because in the phone, I found anybody would replace me. Let me blow my horn small. I suffer. Anyway, and so she still took me on, so I was still earning some money whilst I was still doing my masters. I think it was good because it also allowed me to do a lot of things. That's where I began to also now manifest multiple streams of income, because I remember in university I used to talk about it, that God has given us abundant grace, and abundant grace doesn't mean that we should limit ourselves to one job. I used to preach it to a lot of people that multiple streams of income is the way to create wealth. I didn't really understand it the way I didn't really understood it the way I understand it now. But I still understood the abundant grace that God has made available for us. And so this was the period where I was focusing on my master's degree. I was earning something to keep me by. Then I also was working on people's assignments for them for money. Yeah. At a point, I even worked on somebody's whole thesis for money. Yes, don't come for me. I had to use my brain to get what I wanted. Remember, I told you that whilst I was in school, I was working and getting money, and I understood the trade transaction. Give people value and they'll pay you for it. So I did that for us on the side as well. I think when I finished my master's, as soon as I submitted mine, I got somebody in the UK. Yeah, the person paid me some good money at the time. I took some good money to help the person with their thesis. When I say I'm a money making machine, I mean it. I'll find a way to make money any other way, any possible way, legally, ethically way. I'll find it. And so I did that and finished my master's, graduated. Now I was thinking I want to experience a corporate life. I want to experience like different organizations. So I sat down, I worked on my CV. Now I worked on the areas that I could work at. Because I was always also taking notes of the things I was doing during my national service and the graduate period, graduate internship period, I had understood my skills, the area that I'll fit well, definitely in the project management space. And also because I studied development management. So it was just good that I go into the development space. And so I started looking for organizations in the development space. I was nearly scammed by organization, but that's for another day discussion. So if you're also looking for a job, you should pay attention. And I also want to say that, yes, you can combine school and work. That's the order of the day, especially if you don't have support. Combining school and working. I think I have a video on my channel about how I combine, but basically it was me prioritizing things. I had to now choose between the work, no, not between, choose the work and my schooling against any other thing. So I wasn't going so much for social functions. I needed the rest that I wanted. I took it, focus on my schooling, focus on getting money, getting by. So you should prioritize the season that you are in, right? Every season has the things that you have to let go, the sacrifice you have to make. And then pay attention, use YouTube a lot. YouTube University, don't play, don't play. Economics, whatever, YouTube University, do not play. It really helped me. Again, community, good relationship with your classmates, your course mates, because they're going to help you to, learn things faster. Sometimes life can get you so, immersed with other things that it's quite difficult for you to study. But when you have group discussions, avail yourself to that, and it will help you um, catch up with things and grab things faster. Because sometimes when your colleagues explain things for you, you grab it faster. So group discussions are so good. I remember one time, there's this big man, politician. He was in my class. I used to, help getting some cash. Yeah, yeah, kind of can see it. We don't say it too loud. So yeah, and um, so those experiences really have made me who I am. Now I look for a job in the development space. I think the first interview that I was nearly scammed. Then the next one, I let the job go because there was a short-term period project that my boss brought up. I was supposed to serve as a project coordinator for. So I did that. I let the other job go. Then I got a job in the development space. That is my other organization where I quit in 2023 to now build German Purpose Coaching Company. Still on the side, I have other things or projects that I work on. So still multiple streams of income, still being diligent at work, still knowing who I am, still navigating the challenges that I face every day, and being resilient. And it's helped also solidify the character in me, and my confidence is on a good level to propel me. And I know that God would now lift me up as I have the mind that Christ had in me also. So this is a little more about myself to this point. Now in the next videos, I'm going to go into why confidence coaching, why public speaking, and what lessons and some things that I can teach you going forward. And then also, Also, if you're a business person, for an entrepreneur, if you're in a corporate space, I think you should keep on watching the videos, because I want to teach you certain things that you can learn, the principles from the Bible that will help you stand out. Because we read the Bible, we always dress up, go to church, but we don't practice it. I'm going to pinpoint certain things for you. And trust me, this year, 2025, if you are diligent and you implement those things in your life, your promotion will never ever be delayed. Your boss will be the choices in your organization, and your business will strive and become better. You yourself as a person will become better. So the next videos I'm going to share with you certain principles, biblical principles from the Bible, that's going to help you to build resilience and character. That will also make you confident to go for whatever you set your hearts to and your minds to. So keep on watching this space. Subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, share it with your university friends, those who are in the corporate world. Let's help each other, right? There's certain path that I've walked that I think that if you do the same thing, you become better. You will even become better than me. Certain mistakes that I've made that I think if you learn from, it will help you not to now go through the jungle. And certain things that I think we should pay attention to in our growth. You decide how you want to handle it. And so, like this video, subscribe and share. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.